told your friend you're not okay? And tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way.
Hello everyone, Medieval here, and welcome to my Why Are Games Not Fun Anymore series. In this series, I am on a quest to find what games that you all find fun, because everyone has a different definition of what makes a game fun, right? Let me know what your favourites are, either in the comments below or in my Discord, where I have a specific channel just for this. Alternatively, you can catch me live on Twitch. The links are all in the description below. Each week, I plan on playing a new game which will come from all of your suggestions and be decided upon by adding them all to a spin wheel. Whatever the wheel lands on, we'll play that following week. So without further ado, let's have a look at what we had this week. Welcome to week 10, everyone. This week we played a game called Tunic, and this was suggested to us by our good friend Radalini. Tunic is an action-adventure game set in a beautiful looking fantasy world. We take control of this lovely little fox, and our mission is to free another fox that is trapped inside a crystal. We are thrown into this colourful world where the views are just breathtaking. We have no idea where we have to go or what we have to do until we find our first page. The page belongs to a book that gives us some guidance. Pages are scattered throughout the whole world. The more you find, the more you know about the area. The book itself is kinda like a little puzzle as well, as only a few words or phrases are actually in English. It's more the pictures that you look at and try to understand what it is that they are showing you. You do find maps of different areas, which does help a lot, especially since you can see an icon of yourself, so you can at least know where you are, so long as you have a map of the area that you are currently in. There are enemies that stand in our way, from small animals that we meet at the start to larger, more fierce looking ones we see as we progress through the land. And of course, there's some boss fights as well. Some very hard boss fights, as I'll go into later. We can find things that help us though. Weapons, the first one that we find is a stick, which is only really useful against the smaller creatures that we see. We don't start to feel strong until we find the sword, that we can also use to break obstacles that block our paths to certain areas. We also get a shield to help defend ourselves, and a wand which we can use to cast spells. Very useful for some long range attacks. We have a stamina bar, which in my opinion is very forgiving. When out of stamina, you can still run and attack, just at a slower pace and not doing full damage, and the bar seems to fill back up quickly as well. I didn't really feel at much point that stamina was that much of an issue, only when fighting bosses or harder enemies that you needed to use the shield for. The shield, of course, won't block with no stamina. We also have a mana or magic bar, so we can't just stand back and spam long range spell attacks on everything. There are a few other useful gadgets we can find along the way, but I'm not going to go into all of them. There is a level up system. You can find items that you can give as an offering to statues throughout the world to upgrade your health, strength, defense, and mana. The statues themselves are also save points that you can use to reset and replenish. You also find consumables that give you a temporary boost in certain attributes. All of these can be bought at ghostly merchants throughout the world as well. Let's get to these boss fights. I found these to be really tough. Each boss has their own movesets which you have to study and look for times when you can sneak an attack in and get back out of the way safely. I'd say the fights are like Elden Ring difficulty, but without all the gore of course. We didn't complete this game in the time that we had with it. there was not one but two bosses that we had some difficulty with. I'm not sure if there's an item I've missed that would help in the fight, or if I'm just not strong enough for it yet. Or maybe I just lacked the skill. I don't like being defeated by a game, so this is one I will definitely go back to and finish, I hope. The puzzle style and lack of direction in the game does make for a lot of frustrated running around like a headless chicken, but I still had a lot of fun playing this game. You play for that rush of finally putting pieces together and figuring something out. This game is certainly worth a go. And we are going to give it a score of 67 on our fun meter. Next week, we have Borderlands 3 landing on our spin wheel. I hope to see you all there, but until then, as always, take care.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away.